Okay, good evening. Welcome to the Pelicans versus Brooklyn Nets game here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We are live tonight. We are going to have the game, but also it will be game audio only. No video will be shown during the broadcast, so that's unfortunate. But we have to once again abide by the rules and regulations regarding the three platforms we're on tonight. So once again, also rules of this broadcast: please do not talk any political politics or anything. Also, do not bash any guests, viewers, in the video chat or the chat room. Please do not do it. If you're found, you will be gone from this channel. Also, please do not ask for any live games because once again we'll have to repeat it. We do not want to get copyrighted, so we cannot do it. So that's what we have to do. Once again, have fun tonight. Game will be getting in just a second. We're getting ready to tip off. So if you're in here tonight, you want to come in video chat with us, you can do that. Through Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, or if you want to do a regular chat, that'll be fine. With a regular chat room, that'll be good as well. So if you so we're gonna begin tipping off in just a second. So let me get the screens up. So we're tipping off in just.
His heart's going to be pounding through his chest. No matter how long you've been playing, when you're away from your teammates, you get back on the floor, you really can't wait.
But the thing is, they were saying that Kevin Durant's been ready for a while. What helps is when they're winning.
So
when they're winning, you can afford to keep.
So tip off.
So it's not. I don't
wait for tip off now to begin.
I'm
That's
sure he's been running. I'm sure he's been ramping up for tonight.
We just saw a guy, his hands on top of the basketball most of the time. He doesn't carry it all that often, and that's Kyrie Irving tonight.
Kyrie Irving, that tip-off is going to be controlled by the Pelicans here in the first quarter, so we're underway. First quarter, Pelicans will have the ball. Zion Williamson will pass it. Zion will pass it again. That's going to be Alonzo Ball for three, and that shot is no good. And an easy basket for Steven Adams. Makes it 2-0. So 2-0 is your score here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We're underway. So let's see if Brooklyn will pass it. Or try to go to the paint, and Brooklyn will get the easy basket. Ties the game at 2. So tied up at 2. Both teams chasing baskets here early in the first quarter. James Johnson will get the easy basket, and it rolls in. Good. So it's 4-2 Pelicans on top here on our Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So we are live. So 4-2 is your score. And let's see if they can. And LaMarcus Aldridge misses. Ball goes back to the Pelicans. James Johnson. That shot will not go. So last touch by Zion. That ball will go back to Brooklyn. Still 4-2 is your score. Here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. The ball goes back to Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving misses. That ball will go back to the Pels. Zion Williamson will pass it. So Bledsoe will try to get the shot off, and Bledsoe does. So Bledsoe gets the basket. 6-2 Pelicans on top. So 6-2 Pelicans. Here on, in the first quarter on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Let's see if they can try to. And that ball is going. It's going to be a foul coming in on that call.
No, I agree. No, it's amazing.
And there's some really good handles in this league.
So it looks like that's just plenty of foul, something like that. James Johnson gets the personal foul. So 6-2. Shot is good. So that's a shot. So Jeff Green knocks it down, makes it 6-5, 1 point game and the ball's taken away by Brooklyn. Goes back to
You said you're going to get a punch. Can you handle it?
and that shot is good.
This is what I think is
So it's going to be
extremely
8-6.
underrated about this Brooklyn Nets team. It's guys like Harris
Brooklyn
and
on
guys like
top,
Green. Because you
8-6.
talk about their three stars, but their role players' skill set complement what those three stars do extremely well.
So the first lead of the game for Brooklyn.
That shot is good. Makes it 8-8. So that's going to be Bledsoe getting the basket. 8-8 to score. The ball goes back. Kyrie Irving's, it's going to be a foul. That's going to be Bledsoe getting the foul. Bledsoe will get the foul on that call.
But you want the defense to work. Here's a man. He's a handful.
There's no question. Hit the biggest shot in Cleveland Cavaliers history. They give them.
So it's still 8-8. Free throws for Irvin, and that first one is up and good. Makes it 9-8, 1 point game. So Kyrie Irving knocks down the first. Second free throw for Kyrie Irving.
In his 10th season. And last year was a career best.
And the second free throw is good. So 10-8 to score. Brooklyn on top. So after that, Zion, and that ball will go back to the Pels. So the ball possession will maintain. Will be the Pels ball.
Because LaMarcus Aldridge wasn't doing this prior to. He wasn't doing this in San Antonio. Defending off of pick and rolls, helping, hedging. Now he's a completely different player in Brooklyn.
It'll be Zion. He'll get there.
So Zion gets the basket. Makes it 10-10.
On the baseline. And it's even at 10.
So 10-10 to score. So once again, 10-10 to score. And a break by the Pels defense. So good defensive play by the Pels. Let's see if the Pels can capitalize. Eric Bledsoe for a mid-range shot. Knocks it down. Makes it 12-10. So 12-10 to score. So 12-10 to score right now. Pelicans 6 out of 10. Nets 3 out of 7. So that's going to be a foul coming in on. So it's going to be Zion getting the foul. So it's going to be.
You see this quick move right there, just to back Jeff Green up just enough that he couldn't even contest that shot.
So they will get on the line. So it's going to be free throws for.
And it's good to see him inside the arc.
First one is up, and it is good.
77%
Makes it 12-11.
His career rate.
Pels by 1.
Percentage-wise, what were threes? 30%.
And again, you don't want to take away a guy's aggressiveness, but you want guys to understand that there are other aspects to the game outside of that three.
So 12-11. Second one is good by LaMarcus Aldridge. Makes the second free throw. So 12 even here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. 12 even. The ball goes back to the Zion will try to get to the lane, and he will not get the basket. And taken away by Brooklyn. So still 12 even to score. And that basket is going to be no good. Brooklyn will.
He wanted that ball more than anyone else did.
He's got a career high 29.
So Bruce Brown's offensive rebound. The ball will go back to the Brooklyn Nets.
Inside out. Aldridge.
Aldridge will knock it down. So a 3-point shot. Former San Antonio Spurs knocks down a 3, makes it 15-12. Back to a 3-point game for Brooklyn. So right now they're 3 of 4. Pelicans 0 of 2, and knocked away. And that shot is
James Johnson.
so James Johnson looks like he's going to draw the foul.
Will they give him 2 shots? Is that a control tip or no?
It's a tap. Usually they don't.
Right.
Usually it comes out of the side if you don't control it, but it's going to the line. That's a smart thing to do. Yeah, old school, they'd say no.
Yeah.
So the free throw comes up, and it is good. Makes it 15-13.
First 4 games.
Nets on top.
15 point average on 54%. And he's also had blocks. Well timed.
That free throw is good.
Close to 3 blocks over those 4.
That makes it 14-15, 1 point advantage.
The Pelicans hung in there at Atlanta, a team that's also playing at a high level now. But Atlanta was just, they were unconscious beyond the arc, like that pass. Zion will clear it away.
So missed shot. Zion will clear it, get the defensive board. Makes it still. Steven Adams will get the basket. Makes it 16-15. Pels on top by 1.
Already with 4 points, 3 boards.
Kyrie Irving will get the basket, so it makes it 17-16. Back to a 1 point game again.
A lot of times guys are blurs and they're out of control. He is always in control of what he
So let's see if they could try to get a shot off, and nope. So the ball will go back to Brooklyn. Jeff Green for 3, no good. Offensive rebound by the so blocked away by Steven Adams. So a good block by Steven Adams.
There is.
Kyrie Irving, the catalyst for them, while Kevin Durant was away, along with James Harden. That's good to see. Early offense, Steven Adams.
So once again, you score 17-16. Nets on top right now. They are getting some shots down. They're definitely right. Once again, that's it's just back and forth. Let's give you the stat numbers on in this game. So I'm gonna pull up the stat numbers. Right now, the Pels are at 38%. That's 7 of 18. Brooklyn at 38.5%. So it's kind of 38% for both teams. Down the middle, Pelicans 0 for 3, so they're not getting shots down in the 3-point shot department. Free throws, they're even at 2, also even at 4 for Brooklyn. Rebounding aspects, Pelicans lead 11-5, 7-3 on offensive boards, and 4-2 on defensive boards. Assists is 3-3. Steals is 1-0. Block shots, Brooklyn leads 3-0. Turnovers 1-0. No points in the fast break points right now, but points in the paint is 12-4. So 12-4 in favor of the Pels on the points in the paint. So your score is 17-16 here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Let's give you an update on some NBA games going on. I'll put the game casters in the screen. Indiana on top 61-46. That game's going on, 4:29 remaining. Also, Orlando down 52-48. That game's in the second quarter. And also Boston on top 12-10. That game's going on as we speak. So your score is 17-16 here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Live game coverage with audio from, once again, Bally Sports. So we are live tonight. So we'll return to game coverage in just a second. Coast-to-coast coverage. Let's go.
Giannis didn't play. Antetokounmpo didn't play for Milwaukee. So it's just like you.
Tell me how you really feel.
So typical. I mean, you and I both feel the same way. Come on. And the Celtics, by the way, were beating.
He had 30. Steph Curry had 30 of his 41 points in the second half. He shot 14 of 21 from the field and 5 of 10 from the 3-point line. The Celtics did defeat Philadelphia 106, but they still remain the first seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. So score is still 17-16.
He's up to a really good and aggressive start. 3 or 4 from the field with 6 points.
So good 3 or 4 from the field.
Assignment to try to stay in front of the 6th leading scorer.
So the score is 17-16. Ball goes back to Brooklyn. Let's see if Brooklyn can.
On the floor. Now he sits out.
Shot is no good. Missed by the Nets. Ball goes back to the Pels. Still trailing by 1.
He's on a good stretch.
James Johnson will pass it down to Eric Bledsoe, and that shot is going to be no good. Ball going back over to the and the basket is good. So they increased the lead to 3. So Brooklyn increased. Joe Harris gets the basket, makes it 19-16. And that shot is going to be no good. Alonzo Ball misses. Ball goes back over to the Nets.
Yeah, Jackson got back and affected the play.
And that ball still remains in Brooklyn's possession.
Look at Jackson, 1-on-1. You know what? I'm going to make you play in my world. I'm going to go up. I'm going to stay vertical without fouling. Good job by Jackson. We just got to corral that rebound.
Nick Claxton in the game for the first time. The 21-year-old out of the University of Georgia in his second.
And the ball goes back to Brooklyn, still leading by 3. See if Brooklyn can counter on a shot. It looks like trapped by and Kyrie Irving gets the basket. So it's 21-16. So early lead 21-16. Brooklyn on top. So Billy Herman Gomez in. Johnson will go to the paint.
No finish. Free throws coming up.
So free throws coming up. So it's going to be so let's see who gets it. Looks like Green got the foul.
Why is there no help? It's a good job by James Johnson, lowering his head and getting to that round. And then it's a tough ass to ask Jeff Green to keep Billy Hernan Gomez off the glass.
So the free throw is up and good.
As Billy gets the first 2.
So it makes it 21-17. So Billy Herman Gomez gets the first.
And he's already proclaimed himself. You see him on the sideline. He's said, "I'm the MVP this year."
So James Harden, he's on the sideline just like Durant is. And the second free throw was good. So only one's playing tonight is Kyrie Irving. Still 21-18. Kyrie Irving.
Human nature will tell you that what he did to get out of Houston has to be working.
So let's see if they can get something going. The ball will be taken away by the Pels. That's a defensive rebound by Eric Bledsoe. They'll pass it. That's going to be Gomez. No, it's going to go back over to Brooklyn. So it's going Green gets the charge. So it's an offensive charge.
Excellent job by Najee Marshall. Get back and get square.
Second foul on Jeff Green.
So Jeff Green will get the offensive charge.
Oh, I'd be interested to see if they challenge this early in the game.
Too early.
So Marshall goes to the bench.
So timeout, fellas. Get it back when we come back. Get a look.
So timeout, 21-18. We have to mute the sound due to music and also commercials. We're in a commercial break right now. 21-18 full timeout. So let's give you the stat numbers. Hit those buttons. Hit it right there. Pelicans right now 33%. That's 7-21. Brooklyn 8 of 19, 42%. Right now they're 3 of 5 from 3-point range. That's good for 60. Free throws still remains the same, 100%. Rebounding aspects, Pels lead 15-6 on totals. Defensive boards they lead 6-3, and offensive boards they lead 9-3. Now, in the assists, Brooklyn leads 4-3 on the ball movement. Turnovers is 3-1 favor the Pels, so that's in the game. So 3-0 and 6 points came off of those turnovers. So 6 points for Brooklyn. Now the fast break points 2-0 in favor of Brooklyn, and then points in the paint is 12-8 in favor of the Pels. So once again, 21-18 here in the first quarter. You score. Okay, let's give you an update So let's give you an update on some games going on. Let's give you an update on out in Boston. It is Boston on top 18-16. That game's a minute 59 remaining in the first quarter. Minnesota is down 75-53. That game is in the second quarter. And Washington on top 68-58. That game's still in the second quarter. Now we'll get back to Pels basketball. 21-18 is the score.
And if you buy the 40 for 30, you can take advantage of the extended payment plan. So go to pelicans.com right now. You can take a look at it all. And talk to one of the reps at 504-525-HOOP. Or watch this young team grow next season with all of us. 504-525-HOOP. Well, it was an appeal play. It was a challenge by Steve Nash. And you and I both thought it was a shaky call to begin with.
Yeah, you do. When you go back and you look at it, and Najee Marshall has two. His feet aren't even on the ground. It's tough to take a charge and your feet aren't on the ground. You take your hat off to him because he sprinted back and he tried to take a charge.
So it's a coach's challenge. Nets.
So he tried to do the right thing, but this is one.
So it is going to be
looking over the coach's challenge because
so it looks like it's not going to be a charge.
His challenge this early in the game, and he's basically
so free throws for Jeff Green. The first one is up, and it is good. So the M1 is perfect. So M1's converted. 24-18 is the score. So they got
So there needs to be an adjustment.
so 24-18 is the score.
Players talk to their coaches.
Ball going back to the Pels. That's going to be James Johnson in the right side, makes it 3. Cuts the lead 24-21. 24-21 to score. 3-point shooting, 1 of 4 for the Pels and 3 of 5 for Brooklyn. And that's going to be a foul coming in.
They've got to guard him out of the arc. It opens things up for other guys. Right. So there aren't right now, and especially with Nikhil out, with Kyra out, you're missing a lot of shooters.
Right. And what BI and what Zion bring is they make basketball stress-free on everyone else. You get a lot of wide open shots because you're
so the free throw comes up.
When you remove them from the lineup,
first one is up and it's not converted. No good.
They don't have to worry about this guy right here, who every time he is holding on to that basketball, he's looking at 5 guys on the other team.
Jeff Green just got the follow.
So Griffin's in as well. Break Griffin in for Bruce Brown.
Hopefully he will be back sooner rather than later. Stan says his status with that injured right toe is day to day, and he's hopeful he could be back for the Friday.
So hopefully he's back soon for Friday's game. So
Friday night, and as I said, starting tonight at 6 and 9, 6 games in 9 days for the Pels.
Yeah.
Get the bodies back. They'll be Bledsoe and Little.
And that shot is no good. And that's going to be a foul coming in.
I know what the NBA tells you is pace and space. The more threes you shoot, I get all that. But you have to do what you do best. You are blessed with a strong body and the ability to do this. You see him get TLC back because of his strong body, take the contact, and get to the foul line.
So the free throw coming up for Bledsoe, and it's up and good. Makes it 24-22.
I'm going to attack again. I'm going to get back into the paint. And the only way you get to the free throw line, basically, at least old days, is get into the paint.
By getting to the paint. But that's where, in my opinion, that's where Bled is the best version.
Second free throw coming up for
right here, when he's
Bledsoe, and the second one it's good. So it's 24-23, back to a 1-point advantage for the Brooklyn Nets. The ball goes back to Brooklyn.
So the 24-year-old.
So they'll pass it.
Sports Pennsylvania.
So let's see if they'll pass the ball.
Pels only down by a point.
Kyrie Irving.
Almost take it away.
And it's going to be passed over.
Blake Griffin sharing it.
So Blake Griffin.
Cabarrot.
And Cabarrot misses.
To regain the lead for the Pels.
So Cabarrot misses the shot. Makes it still 24-23. And it's a block shot by Brooklyn. So the ball goes back to the And that three is good. So 27-23, that's Kyrie Irving knocking down the three. So makes it 27-23 to score. So it's 27-23 on the pull up. So it's still 27-26. Bledsoe gets the basket. Let's see what he has to say. Hope we don't have to get him out. Yeah.
Let me see Isaiah Thomas.
We will see Isaiah Thomas soon.
Kevin Durant's playing tonight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We will see him later.
We just talked about this last possession. Okay.
So, nice little shot. So, nice three-point shot to cut the lead.
Posted a new YouTube video today on it, the FL team.
Oh, yeah? Wow. So, you're going to get your articles out soon?
Oh, I just published 6 articles today.
Wow, that's perfect. That's
We got the
good.
Red Sox and Rays recap.
Wow, that's good. So 27-26, Brooklyn on top by 1, 2:07 remaining.
You guys getting blown out, especially Durant's back.
Yeah, by 1. So it's only a 1.
You told me yesterday that they're getting blown out even without Durant. Who knew he would come back tonight?
Yeah, Durant's not even in the ball game.
You know, he's coming off the bench today.
Yeah, it's Kyrie Irving in the game.
Coming off the bench, Kerry.
Yeah.
So he'll be in soon. So
He'll probably be in soon. I mean, not now. They have their other lineups in. So 29-26 your score. So we're at a commercial break. So he most likely will be coming in. So that's the other one. I think Harden's not in there. Harden's going to be out. Let me see if he's hearing me. You there? You there?
yeah.
Yeah. It's Harden.
You didn't put the link in the YouTube, so I had to go to Facebook for it.
Yeah, I put it in there, so it's everything's in there. I put it in there on the chat room side, so you should be able to get it.
Yeah, it looks like on the screen you only put the link to Facebook. Go to comments.
Yeah.
Put the link to YouTube too.
Okay. Put the link to YouTube.
Yeah, because you only put it to Facebook.
Okay, I'll do that.
And when you put the rules of the broadcast, you only did that to YouTube, not so.
Oh, okay, I'll do that. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay, it's in.
Yeah, we're good now. So.
Okay, it's in. So let me get back to the audio.
Last game.
StreamYard's good tonight. They ain't kicking me out.
No, it's so far so good.
If they do, I'll punch them.
I'm very pleased.
Live scoring game audio from Valley Sports. This company sucks. Oh, hey, look who's in. Yeah, look, Kerry. Yeah.
Who's in?
Isaiah Thomas is in.
Isaiah Thomas. Yeah, I see him.
And Blake Griffin just blocked Zion shot. Wow.
Yeah, that's what he did. Yeah, he did block it. He did block it. So 29-26, 140 remaining. Yeah, it was a block shot. So that was a good block shot right there. So free throws coming up for Brooklyn. And the first one is up and good. Makes it 30-26. And he'll have the second free throw coming up in a second. Griffin's in, so Griffin's in as well. Oh, shit, looks like you're cutting.
Ridiculous tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
No, I don't know why he keeps cutting him off.
Just gonna go. I think
you have to try something. You have to try to put another name in there. Try to put another name in there so it won't knock you out.
Oh, and the shot is good.
And the shot is good. Shot is good. 33-28. I don't know why. Sorry. Once again, Isaac coming in tonight. Hopefully he can get back in. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard. If we have to, once again, I will go over the restream to make sure nothing goes wrong. So let me see. he can get back in.
You know how confusing that is to me now.
That's not continuation.
So still 33-28 Brooklyn. And the shot is good.
Really difficult. His second bucket of the game.
So it's still a 3-point game, 33-30. 33-30 should score. And that shot is no good by Brooklyn. Offensive rebound.
That was Johnson, a little hand in the back from Zion.
Let's see if he's still in. Look like he's
You're
got
right.
enough.
You can see them converging
I see
every
him.
time. Look at who he has to go through.
He
He doesn't just have to go through Blake Griffin. He also has to go through Claxton right there. That's a lot of wingspan to finish around. But if there's somebody in this league that can do it, you're looking at him.
I was doing enough offensively as Zion is on the loose ball foul going to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Both teams getting to the line early and often. 8 attempts after these two for the Pels compared to 9 so far for Brooklyn. Hang around. When you're on the road, don't.
Okay, once again, 33-30 should score. Let me see if he responds. I'm going to have to put another one in there because he's not getting it. So still 33-30 should score. Let's see if he's got a.
Claxton and reach on Zion.
So it's going to be a reach in on Zion. Looks like so it's going to be Zion getting a reach in.
Same exact play that they run for
Let's see
Zion
if
all
he
the
gets
time.
it.
It's a reverse pick and roll. So the guard was setting the screen on Claxton and
Looks like,
gave him an opportunity to turn the corner.
SEC guy out of Georgia shoots 2.
So that free throw is no good. Still 33-30.
It's from Greenville, South Carolina. He's only 21 years old. Got a second round pick, 31st overall last year.
And the second free throw
What an experience.
is
He's in a locker room Hall of Famers.
no good. Ball will go back over to the Pelicans.
Now
Zion will try to get into the lane, and he does get the basket.
Now up to 6 and 3 with a couple of dimes.
So 33-32, and that shot is off the mark by Brooklyn. Ball goes back to the Pelicans.
Bring it back out. And they
Just under 20 seconds remaining. Zion Williamson in tonight.
4%, 41%.
See if he can get his
Don't go too soon.
shot.
Zion won't.
No, it looks like we can't go too soon because he's going to get.
And Claxton to the reach.
And it's going to be a reach in by Brooklyn.
That fooled Claxton. And you can see the arm come through. 5.8 to play in the first quarter.
So 5.8 remaining. Still 33-32.
When he puts that shoulder into you, it's a wrap.
So he just went to the line.
And that free throw is
This time.
good.
Zion's up past
So it makes it
60%.
33 all. 33 all.
So
Let's
offense.
see if he didn't
You get
respond.
Kyrie Irving back.
See that center of gravity when he
White
put that
kicked him
shoulder
out.
into Nick Claxton's chest. Your arm
Second
will
free throw
automatically come out.
Is
Real short. Joey
no
just
good.
gets it.
Ball goes back
Foul.
to the
On
Nets,
the trail. It'll count if it goes.
and they knock it down. They knock it down before the end of round 1. So end of 1, you score 36-33. So Blake Griffin knocks down a bomb 3.
For the Brooklyn Nets, 2 points up, giving up 36 on the board. Fortunately, the Pels are doing it at the offensive end as well.
So 36-33 should score. Like Joe Myers saying, too many points given up. Yes, I agree with Joe Myers' observations of this game. He can't give up too many points against Brooklyn because I'm going to tell you, they're just going to take advantage of the situation. So 36-33 at half at the end of 1. So let's go over the numbers. Pels shooting 44%, 12 out of 27. Brooklyn 12 out of 28. So it's just half. So it's 42%, 3-point shooting. Brooklyn 5 of 11. Pelicans 2 of 5. Free throw shooting. Both teams got 7 shots down on the charity stripe. Pelicans at 70. Brooklyn is 63. Rebounds, Pelicans lead 19-11, 8-4 on offensive boards, and 11-7 on the defensive boards. Now, assists, Pelicans trail 8-7. Steals is 4-0. Let's see. Block shots 5-1. Turnovers 4-0. Points off of turnovers 11-0 in favor of Pelicans right now, 11-0. Now the fast break points 10-0 in favor of the Pelicans and of Brooklyn. So 10-0 in favor of Brooklyn. Pelicans lead 16-14 on points in the paint. So points in the paint 16-14. So that's in the game. As of right now, your score is 36-33 here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Thanks for joining us here. Let's see if he's I don't know what is he putting in there. It looks like it's some crazy crap. Okay, we will have that game also Friday night against Philadelphia. So we will have that game for you as well.
Turnovers. Right. Not only that, but also getting back in transitions. We saw a finest guy. Blake Griffin had an unchallenged wide open three at the end of the first quarter. That's costly because the Pels played well. They're down. That's the difference in the game right now. That triple by Blake Griffin.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you take your head out to Eric Bledsoe. That's an excellent first quarter they had. Get this team off to a really good start. This, especially having to take the challenge on the other end with this guy. Again, if you're a point guard in this league, I don't know if there is a tougher guy
The Ruckus.
as far as matching up one-on-one goes because of his overall skill set.
I can't
Shoot
get
the
into
ball, he can put the ball on the floor. He's very shifty, elusive. He's very good with both hands. So Eric Bledsoe, you take your hat off to him because he played.
So it looks like he's going to play. I don't.
Quarter, putting up 11 points.
So still waiting for the first appearance of Kevin Durant.
So Kevin Durant will be playing tonight. So
Cabarrot, former first-round pick of the 76ers.
So he will be playing.
Along the way.
So they'll have Urban and Durant. That shot is good. So it makes it 38-30. Great. So the lead's cut 30. Lead's extended 38-33. 11 minutes and 32 seconds remaining. And that shot is good. So the Pelicans cut the lead to 38-35.
It's difficult to guard when he gets in the lane. You would like to
See, Blake Griffin for three, knocks it down. So 41-35.
So Blake Griffin
is your score, 41-35.
Three beyond the arc, 3 buckets overall.
Zion.
Going to be a charge.
See,
Gonna be a charge.
What I'll say on this. Lonzo has to
Against Zion, so offensive charge.
Blake Griffin can't stop Lonzo and then get back to cover Zion. So Lonzo has to continue to attack that and bring Blake Griffin with him. And if not, you have to be a threat to score that basketball.
So don't give it away as early.
Right. Don't give it up too soon.
Steven Adams all tangled up with LaMarcus Aldridge.
So once again, you score 41-35.
Just got back in.
That shot is.
And a couple of free throws coming up.
So free throws coming up.
You might remember draft day way back when Aldridge was the second overall pick in 2006. He was taken by Chicago. Chicago wanted Tyrese Thomas. So Chicago got Tyrese Thomas. He was the 4th overall pick.
Put another name. So
it didn't work out exactly as planned.
Yeah.
Aldridge gets the first of 2.
Let's see what I'm having.
Oh, it's almost like Kevin Durant. Greg Oden was taken first.
Right.
Kevin Durant was taken second.
But Greg Oden, like the thing about Greg Oden, though, that's injury history.
There's our Powerball jackpot. It's $43 million.
So 42-35.
42-35 run right now. Zion reading because Blake Griffin was waiting for another charge, wasn't he? Backdoor, tough entry.
Right. Look at the amount of attention that Zion brings with it. And this is what I mean by stress-free basketball. This is what playing with talent does. So Steven gets rid of that ball and watch everybody convert to Zion. Now, this makes an easy opportunity for Steven. Playing with talent is fun.
That's Zion's 4th time already.
So once again, 43-37 to score.
It stays a 6-point game. Danger time. You don't want to let me get into double figures. Chiosa trying to create space.
It's a great cut.
Move off the ball.
And that shot is good. So it makes it 45-37, 45-37.
His first game, he had his first dunk since 2019. And it's going to be a timeout for Stan.
So a timeout for Stan Van Gundy.
Timeout. The Fountain of Youth is in Brooklyn. Did you know that?
Well, you know, the Fountain of Youth usually follows when you're on the.
So yeah, the Fountain of Youth is definitely around.
That's a new Blake Griffin right there.
So once again, 45-37 is the score. We have to mute once again. So that's Evan. So let's see what he put in there. I don't know. They're probably didn't. What device they're using? Once he's using his computer, he is using his computer. He's using his computer.
So had a lot of goals.
Okay, 45-37 is your score.
His level of play much more as he grows accustomed not only to the speed and pace of the NBA,
Is he on
but also
eating
this new
that?
squad.
Yes, he's
Yeah, I
on.
feel like a rookie all over again.
Wi-Fi.
You know, I haven't played since pre-COVID. So, like, everything's a little new to me. I'm asking questions.
Oh,
You know,
why
I'm
you
on a
left?
new
I mean,
team
I
with
could have
guys,
gave him. I
you
could
know,
have let him.
Other than like 4 or 5 guys, I haven't really played with these guys. And then, you know, being around a new coaching staff. So,
I have to let him know.
obviously, we got to be patient. But, you know, I'm only on the 10-day, so I need it, like, right now.
He is trying to make it happen right now, guys. His first back-to-back, obviously.
What's wrong with
SVG
you
says
guys?
no minute restrictions for IT tonight.
All
Internet,
right, Jeff. What a great smile. What a great attitude.
internet,
And I'm only on the 10 days, so I'm
keep
not
the
hearing that. Better get it now.
he can
Lonzo
try
setting it up for
incognito
Isaiah.
or
You got contact from Chiosa. It's on the floor, coming to the side. So the Pels down by 8. The largest lead so far for Brooklyn. Excellent.
so 45-37 is your score.
And he's wearing a number that means a lot to him. He's wearing a number that means a lot to the NBA as a whole.
Yes. About 8 years of number
I'll tell him
24.
just use incognito.
Sweet moment to see Isaiah Thomas say, I'm wearing
Once
24
we
for
use
Kobe.
incognito.
Now he gets Chiosa on his back. Leaves it for Lonzo. They share it well. Deep one. End of the shot clock.
So shot is no good. Ball going back to the Brooklyn Nets.
Griffin gets back to the play. It'll belong to the Pels. And that is the first turnover of the game.
And that, if you can go almost 15 minutes in the game without turning the basketball over, you're doing something right.
12th fewest in the league, AD. 13 and a half contests. If you're under 14 a game, you're in pretty good shape. And it's going to be a hold.
That's going to be a hole.
As Isaiah Thomas is trying to get through. Let's see if they call it on Chiosa or Griffin.
And the way that Brooklyn is guarding this reverse pick and roll, is they're sending LaMarcus Aldridge over. So right now, LaMarcus Aldridge is the help guy. You can see him right here. He's the help guy. Earlier, it was Claxton. So now, Steven Adams has to be a three.
Good take. Steven keeps it alive. Back up.
There you go.
Points in the paint. And the guy that, as we mentioned, one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA, fourth best on the offensive glass this season. So back to a 6-point game. Now it's a +6 when it comes to points in the paint. Aldridge and Griffin have been big for them off the bench already. Step back all day.
And they're gaining ground right now with Kyrie Irving on the bench. And Kevin Durant has not checked in the game yet. That speaks to their depth, their star power.
Aldridge gets the foul. Adams hits the deck.
So 47-39 to score. Aldridge knocks down a 13-foot shot. So
with James Capers, Hall of Famer.
Yes, and they haven't had this. They haven't had this. A guy that they can come down to and post up and give him the ball.
Zion. Yeah, he stepped on, I believe, Joseph's foot. Hopefully he's okay. Yes. Zion's got 7 points.
So 7
boards.
7 points, 3 boards.
First 11 minutes out there.
For Zion Williamson, the score is still 47-39. Brooklyn on top.
Now the Pelicans have 8 minutes and 54 seconds when they're in the penalty.
So 8 minutes and 54 seconds. They got to get some shots off here in this. The free throw is coming up for Williamson, and that free throw is good. Makes it 47-40, back to a 7-point game.
26 straight, and his name all alone in the NBA record book. So that would be 26 consecutive.
Second free throw coming up,
shooting right now,
and it is no good. Ball going back over to the Nets. Still leading 47-40.
So Aldridge and Blake Griffin, they have combined for the last 16 points for Brooklyn.
This is what makes Brooklyn so good. It's these other guys. The LaMarcus Aldridges, the Blake Griffins. Outside of those guys,
that shot is good. 3-point shot is perfect. So 50-40. So 50-40 to score. That shot is good. Wes Iwundu misses the shot. So 50-40 to score.
That early in the quarter.
It's got to be interesting. Here are guys like Blake Griffin or LaMarcus Aldridge, all these guys that are playing for a guy that they faced. It's Steve Nash is not out of the league that long.
Right.
And now, you know,
it has to be different.
I do like the fact that I think it was Kevin Durant who said he's the guru because they really trust and believe him because he played at the highest level.
He ain't just playing at the highest level. He
succeeded.
Right.
At a high level. Yeah. It was amazing what he did for the Phoenix.
So still 50-41. Brooklyn on top. Steve Nash, head coach, and second shot is good. 50-40. 42 is the score. 50-42. Here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And let's see if they can try to get a shot off. Aldridge for 3, knocks it down. So once again, they keep knocking down shots. So it's 53-42. Pels on right now 8 of 14 for the Nets and 2 of 7 for the Pels. Shot is good. So it's going to be Lonzo Ball getting the basket. So it's 53-44.
His third shot. Boy, that's a tough call on a won't do. It almost looked like he was trying to pull the chair out there. And lost the leverage, and here comes a Finals MVP and a League MVP.
So guess what? Durant comes in. I knew he was right.
Almost 2 months later.
So Durant comes in.
The first time almost 2 months.
So both. Durant and Irvin's in tonight, so Harden's not in. So that's the only one that's left out of the 3 power 3. That is Durant, Irvin, and Harden.
The Warriors to lose. Giannis has
So let's see if they can get something going.
Brooklyn, and Kevin Durant's back.
They got shot makers.
So Kyrie Irving.
They got shot makers.
From deep on the wing.
So 56-44.
That's his
So
first
Kyrie Irving's buddy's back.
Nets have not missed a field goal this quarter.
That shot is
Heartbreak. Zion kept
no
it
good.
It comes out to Joe Harris.
That's a missed shot.
So Kevin
Ball will
Durant
go back
and
over to the Pels. Will take the ball away.
Steal.
Still on a steal.
Lonzo active.
Lonzo will hit the mid-range, and he will knock it down. 56-46.
Is it 5 now?
Brooklyn on top, 56-46. Let's see if the Pels can
Diversity in your game. Kevin Durant's first
get a
shot.
defensive stop here.
15-footer in the elbow.
So yesterday,
So,
the Atlanta Hawks going 11-11 from three-point line in the third quarter. Right now, they have yet to miss a field goal in the Brooklyn Nets.
Lonzo. Kyrie tried to lock him up. And Steven Adams.
And that shot is no good.
So it's still a 12-point game. We're halfway through
Oh.
the second 12. A lot of points.
All right.
For Brooklyn. As they're shooting now 56%. It'll go the other way on the moving pick.
So we'll go back to the
Jackson Hayes is checking in.
Pels. Jackson Hayes comes in.
And nothing you can do about that. 6'11", high shot release. Jay Johnson's right in his face to contest it.
Well, we've always said anything around 15.
So the ball will go back to the Durant comes in. So Durant's in.
Drew Holiday was covering him. Johnson on his way down.
So the missed shot by
kept alive. And Joe Harris comes away with it.
So Joe Harris gets the defensive board.
Gotta get some stops
So
now.
it's going to be Blake Griffin. He'll have to pass it.
Look at the five
Passes it over to
Just a few options.
Yeah, and tell me who
Kevin
you lead.
Durant.
Tell me who you lead.
Step through.
And that shot is no good.
Force him to the left to his weak hand. Barry Bledsoe blowing right by.
So nice little basket by Eric Bledsoe.
Fantastic.
Makes it 58-48, 58-48. 11, 13 points, 5 of 7.
Kyrie, the burst to the goal. Didn't get the finger roll.
And that is going to be
In a row after knocking down their first 9 shots in the quarter.
Now make them think. And keep talking about all they haven't. It'll be mid-range.
that shot is good. So 58-50. Back to an 8-point game.
Pick and roll guy, whether it's Bledsoe or Lonzo. When you turn the corner and you get that lane, you have to look to score first. Because look at how far back LaMarcus Aldridge is playing. They want to play the pick and roll like that. You make them pay.
So 58-50 is the score. Here at commercial break. We are in a commercial break right now, 58-50. Once again, if you want to come in through video chat, come on through StreamYard link. Also, once again, if you're having problems with your getting kicked out of StreamYard, once again, please use your incognito feature on if you're using Chrome's, use that incognito feature so you won't be getting kicked out. So that is once again 58-50 full timeout by the Brooklyn Nets. Let's give you the numbers here in the game. So the game right now, Pelicans shooting 47%, 52 for Brooklyn. Pelicans right now are 2 of 8 from 3-point range. Also, Brooklyn 9 of 15. Pelicans got to the line only 15 times, converted 10 shots, 66. Brooklyn 13 times, 9 shots, 69. Rebounding aspects, Brooklyn trails 22-17 on totals. Offensive boards, they trail 9-4. And the defensive boards is tied up at 13. Brooklyn leads in the assists, 12-9. Turnovers, Pelicans lead 5-3 in that area. Points off of those turnovers is 13 points off of those turnovers to 4. Now the fast break points is 10-0 in favor of Brooklyn. And also the points in the paint, Pels lead 26-18. Now the fouls is 12-10 in favor of the Brooklyn Nets. So your score is 58-50. 5:10 remaining here in the second quarter. So second quarter. Okay, let's give you an update on some NBA games before we get back to game coverage on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Indiana on top, 102-87. That game's going on. Also, Washington on top, 93-75. Also, it is Boston on top, 47-46. And we'll give you the other scores. Memphis down 34-29 to Atlanta. And let's give you Dallas' score. Dallas on top 25-24. That game's going on as well. So that is games that's going on. So we'll get back to game coverage. Pelicans and Brooklyn Nets still 58-50. The ball goes back to Brooklyn. So score is 58-50. Let's see if they can get a shot off here. It's going to be a foul coming in. So it's going to be Jeff Green getting the foul. Ball going back to the Pels on that turnover. So 58-50 is the score. You're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We are live tonight. We'll be live on Friday night. The Pelicans on Philadelphia. So we'll be and then Sunday night as well. So we will be back on Sunday as well. So the missed shot. Defensive rebound by Brooklyn. So he will go to the line. So that's Kevin Durant will go to the line.
That size with this skill set. You can compare him to different people. He definitely got hit on the arm. You can compare him to different people.
So it looked like he was just yeah, it was hit on the arm. So it's going to be attempting free throws. And the first one is up, and it is good. So 59-50. Brooklyn on top. Kevin Durant back in tonight after his injury.
I would take Zion too.
I'm glad to see KD back. So the second free throw is good. So it's 60 to
but it's amazing. 11-time All-Star.
50 is to score a 10-point game.
Kevin Durant took you. LeBron wanted you, but Kevin Durant got you first. 11-time All-Star.
Second free throw is good.
Both rings.
61.
By the way, he's won 4 scoring titles.
50 is to score 61-50.
4.5 to play. An 11-point game.
So 4.5 minutes remaining. So the Pels. And the ball will go back, and that looks like it's going to be taken away by Durant. Will get the ball. Kevin Durant will get the easy basket. Makes it 63-50, so 63-50. Brooklyn on top.
So the Nets with their biggest lead. There's 12-0. Brooklyn in fast break points. Billy gets the roll.
And the shot is good. So 63-52 after the basket by Willie Herman Gomez makes it points in the paint is 28-20, and Kyrie Irving will knock down the 3, makes it 66-52. So 66-52 is the score.
Kyrie tapped it away. It'll belong to the Pels.
So the ball will go back to the Pels after Kyrie Irving tapped the ball away.
Get that lineup when they have Griffin on the floor with Aldridge, Durant, Irving,
And Joe Harris?
give me a break. Right. And Joe Harris, he's playing for a contract. He's shooting lights out. Zion with Eric Bledsoe out front.
Yep.
Harris fighting through the pick. It won't be continuation.
That's
But
still
it'll be free throws, right?
So free throws coming up.
So Joe Harris gets the foul. The guy that won the 3-point shootout a couple of years ago, All-Star Weekend.
So still 66-52. Free throws coming up for the Pels. Bledsoe will knock it down. Makes it
And now word.
60-53. 66-53, excuse me. So 66-53. Second free throw is good. 66-54. Brooklyn on top. Ball will go back to the Nets. So Brooklyn on the line, 12 of 16. Pelicans 12 of 17. And that shot is no good by Brooklyn.
Jackson Hayes all got locked up at the foul on Jackson.
So Jackson Hayes will get the foul.
So Brooklyn's won 8 straight on their home floor. And
So
by the
still,
way, it's 700s this year. They're 18-9.
66-54.
Setting it up for the guy that's third in the league at 3-point percentage, but he didn't settle, did he?
And that shot is good. 68-54.
Brooklyn back up by 14.
So 14-point lead. Zion will pass it. So, Lonzo Ball. Pass it down to James Johnson. And that ball will be missed and on defensive rebound by Brooklyn. This quarter, 11 of 14 for Brooklyn, 8 of 16 for the Pels. That shot is good. So it's 70-54. So it's going to be a definite blowout when it comes down to it. So it's a missed shot by the Pels. Still, so Kyrie Irving will get the basket.
That's the thing. You are not going to outscore this team. They have way too many weapons, way too many playmakers, way too many shot makers.
Yes, you're not going to outscore them. You're definitely not going to outscore Brooklyn. Because Brooklyn's going to just absolutely take advantage of your mistakes. So your score is 72-54. Here in the second quarter, 2:20 remaining. Here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, we are live. So it's once again, if you want to come in video chat, also come on down. We will let you come in. Once again, Pelicans shooting 45%, Brooklyn 6% 3-point shooting. Brooklyn tonight, 10 of 17. They're just knocking their shots down tonight. They're just on another level. Both teams shooting in the 70s on their free throws. Both teams 12 free throws. Rebounding aspects, Pelicans lead 22-20 on the offensive defense. Total boards, defensive boards, 16-13. Brooklyn leads and 9-4 Pelicans lead on the offensive board. So we'll get back to game coverage, 72-54. So let me get the
details. So call 504-525.
unmute the sound.
Joe Myers, Antonio Daniels, Jen Hill, Pels in Brooklyn. And this is without James Harden. So now remind me, who is going to beat this team when Harden's on the floor too?
And it's not even beating them.
It ain't good. It ain't gonna happen. So that shot is going to be no good. It's a missed shot.
The battle right now for the number 1 seed, they're dead even at 35-16 coming into the game with the 76ers. So if they get the number 1 seed, they're going to have game 7s at home if they need it.
Right, and the thing is, they're tied right now. And that's what.
So I'm going to tell you, Brooklyn will definitely get the first seed. They definitely they're tied with Philadelphia right now. So I'll be honest with you. I think they're definitely going to get that first seed. And Philadelphia will get number 2 seed going into the Eastern Conference playoffs if the season would end tomorrow. So Kyrie Irving will pass it. So that's going to go over to
almost taken away, but Joe Harris came up with a 50.
So let's see if they can get
Kyrie Irving towards the end of the shot clock. He knew the clock.
So that shot is no good.
Cleared away by Eric Bledsoe.
So taken away by Bledsoe. Ball goes back to the Pels. Let's see if the Pels can
against Joe Harris.
Get the offense going here in this
90 seconds left in the half.
second quarter. Looks like it's going to be a
step back.
3-point shot. Good.
Pels needed it to bring it back to 13.
So 72-59, they're absolutely getting this blown out here in this first half, and that shot is good. Kyrie Irving knocks down a three, makes it 75-59.
Kyrie Irving puts it at 75 on the board now for Brooklyn.
75-59 to score.
And 56.5%.
So let's see if they'll pass it.
Against Zion. And
Zion,
was on top of the basket.
And the basket is no good.
Your league MVP, Finals MVP, you're going to get called. And yeah, that was set up by Durant for the charge.
Just going to be a charge.
It'll go back to the Pels. 42
The
seconds
Pels.
left. Kevin Durant does. He set him up to fail on that one.
Yeah, you know, Biggs, you know, we used to always laugh. Biggs ain't got breaks. You give it to him running with a full head of steam. There's very few bigs that are going to be able to not charge in that situation.
Yeah. You can't charge. If that's a charge, that gives the ball back to the other team.
Triple.
3-point shot, no good by Alonzo Ball. It's going to be a foul.
Zion back at the free throw line. Like his activity around the rim.
Yeah.
He's going after boards.
The thing is, when you play certain teams, the schemes will vary, and certain teams are very good at executing those schemes. In this first half, Brooklyn has executed their defensive scheme.
So Zion will get to the line, so it's free throws.
So now, as a scorer,
I'm glad to see Zion back in the lineup. I mean, hopefully, but it's not going to be an impact tonight because you got Durant. You also got Kyrie Irving.
3 boards, 5 dimes. Wow, Cabarrot coming in.
So Cabarrot will go in for somebody. So Cabarrot will enter the game for Claxton. Scores still 75.
Stays at 16, and they can work the clock.
59, 16-point lead.
Not a bad game manager.
So let's see if the Pels can. So they're going to hold me for last for the end of the quarter shot. A pass it, Durant.
Kevin Durant held up by James Johnson.
It's going to be a foul on James Johnson.
Yeah, he wanted to go up real high and throw that down. So I remember when Kevin came in, Sonics, 1 year in Seattle. And PJ Carlissimo was his head coach.
Now free throw is up and good, 76-59. Just an absolute freaking blowout. If you ask me, it's just a blowout.
Like his third, it was Drew Freeman's All-Star. And I said, who? Drew Freeman? He goes, yeah, that was my middle school. Wow. Yes.
So the second free throw is good. So it is 77-59 to score, 77-59. And a turnover by the Pels. That's not a. So end of the half, your score is 77-59. Your score at halftime. So we'll give you the second quarter stats.
Timeouts left. You have timeouts, correct?
Yeah, you did. You want to get to the locker room is the key.
Right. But I mean, as opposed to throwing it and giving them an opportunity to score again at the buzzer like they did at the end of the first, just call a timeout. If there's no one to throw that basketball in.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake by the Pelicans. That was a huge mistake.
Jackson Hayes on the inbound. You and I both know that.
Yeah, but it's a set play. Right. It's a set play. And these are the different plays that teams go over. But the fact is, if that set play is not there, now you need to adjust. You need to adjust. Okay, they're taking away what we want to do, which is get Zion on the move. They took that away. Now it's time to
go. So the free throw is up and good, so it makes it 78-59. So it's just a, like I said, absolute blowout since those two came back, Durant and Irvin.
And they're shooting so well. 11 of 18 from beyond the arc is 61%.
And that free throw was up and good, so 79-59. So looks like end of the half. I'll be honest with you, this is a freaking blowout. This is an absolutely fucking blowout tonight. 79-59. I knew Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant was going to be back together tonight. I knew that was going to happen. I mean, that, like I said, They had a lot of reports and stuff like that he was coming back, but he is back in the lineup tonight. So that's once again that makes him once again lethal again. I'm gonna tell you that's just also they got quality players that will back those three up. So that's something right there. So Brooklyn right now has a very good basketball team. I mean, to say the least. I mean, that's something you can't dispute. So you score 79, 59 at halftime. So we will give you the second quarter stats and also the game stats. So we'll go ahead and give you those second quarter stats and also game stats. So let's go over to the NBA and I'll give you those second quarter box score stats. We're going to go ahead and give you those box score stats from tonight's game. So I'm going to pull those stats up in a second. Let me get those stats pulled up. So I'm going to get those, go to the NBA game book. So I'm going over to the game book and I'll give you those stats in just a second. Let me switch my screens and I'll give you the second quarter stats. No, that's the wrong stats. No, that's not the right stats. So I gotta get the right stats here. So I don't want to give that's Boston stats. So I'll give you those stats from Brooklyn and Pelicans. So I'm gonna get this out of there, and I'll give you those stats from tonight's game. So I'm gonna put those stats on the screen. Okay, your first half stats are on the screen. Pelicans shot 43%. That's 21 of 48. They did shoot 3 of 12 from three-point range. Also, Brooklyn shot 56.5%. They did shoot 61% from three-point range as well. They're also at 80% on their free throws. Turnovers was 7 to 5 in favor of the Pelicans. So that was 7 to 5 in favor of the Pelicans in the first half. So that's the stats. Let's give you the second quarter stats. I'm going to go ahead and go over to quarter two stats. Okay, quarter two stats. Pelicans shot 42%. Brooklyn shot 77.8%. Three-point shooting, Brooklyn was 6 of 7 for about 85%. Pelicans 1 of 7, so you're not going to get it done against a good team like Brooklyn. So that's the unfortunate facts, but it is true. So points to the paint, Pelicans even at 12. Pelicans lead 4-2 on second chance, and also fast break points. The Pelicans lead trail 4-0. So they trail 4-0. No fast break points, but they did get second chance points. That was 4-2 in the. So that is your So let's give you the scorers for the Pelicans. Pelicans, Zion Williamson with 12 in the first half. James Johnson with 7. Bledsoe with 17. Ball with 9. Ball right now with 9. He's shooting 1 of 5 from the three-point line. So also your leading scorers for Brooklyn in the first half was Aldridge with 14. Harris with 9. Irvin with 20. So Jeff Green with 8. Kevin Durant came in. He had 7 points. Blake Griffin had 10. So Blake Griffin had 10 points in the game. So 10 points for him. So your score, once again, is 79-59 at halftime. So 79-59 at halftime. You're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We all live. If you're in here, so if you think about what you think about tonight's ball game between Brooklyn, it's just absolutely a destroy fest. So that is your box score. So we will have the third quarter box score once the third quarter will end. So we'll have the third quarter box score for you. So your score is 79-59 at halftime. I'll be honest with you. Look, Pelicans going to have to just try to get back in this basketball game because, look, they're not going to outscore Brooklyn. They're definitely not going to outscore Brooklyn because you're going to have Blake Griffin knocking down shots. You're also going to have Kevin Durant. You're also going to have Kyrie Irving knocking down shots. So that's something they're going to have to understand and try to adapt to in this game because they're just not going to give up a lead or something like that. So you score 79-59 at halftime. We'll have the second half for you once the broadcast returns from Valley Sports. So thanks for joining us here. So let's go ahead and give you a scoreboard update. So we'll go ahead and give you a full scoreboard update from ESPN. So I'm going to go ahead and give you those full scoreboard updates. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, full scoreboard update. NBA scores here in, on Wednesday night. It is Indiana on top 112-101. That's in the fourth quarter. Also, Washington on top 111-103. Boston on top 47-46. That game's in the third quarter. Also, Atlanta down 61-59. That game's in the second quarter as well. So Memphis looks like they're going to halftime with a lead. Also, it is Rockets on top 47-42. That game's at halftime. Also, it is Charlotte on top 52-49. That game's going on in the second quarter. Also, later on this evening, Spurs and Nuggets, Jazz and Suns. So Spurs, Nuggets, and Jazz and Suns. That'll be after 8 and 9 o'clock hour. So that is your scoreboard from. Let's give you a Major League Baseball scoreboard alert. We'll give you an update on some games going on in the during the even hours. The other games were earlier this afternoon. Getaway Wednesday. Okay, Orioles on top 2-1, bottom of the seventh. Also, bottom of the first, it is Rockets on top 1-0. They have a runner at third and 2 outs. So runner at third and 2 outs in the their game. So that's in Major League Baseball tonight. Now the NHL will give you an NHL full scoreboard update. So we're going to go ahead and give you those full scores from the NHL. And we'll do that. So full scoreboard alert for NHL games. Full scoreboard. Montreal and Toronto tied up at 1 second period. Also, it is Edmonton on top 4-2. They won that game against Ottawa. Other games going on tonight, 8 p.m. St. Louis will take on Las Vegas. Colorado will take on Minnesota. And LA will take on Phoenix. So that is your NHL scoreboard for tonight. So that's what's happening in the NHL. So the score, once again at halftime, Pelicans lead trail 79-59. So Pelicans trail 79-59 at halftime. We'll have second half game coverage in just a few moments. They're in a halftime break right now. So let's see what else, what kind of news we can give you before we get back to coverage. Okay, see what we have. Looks like we had the same news that happened So let's see what this is. I'm not going to put this game on because we cannot show the video, so we will not show the video. Okay, Megan Rasponi slams Draymond Green's comment on women's sports. So that's what's going on in the news. That's from Slams. It's really unfortunate. That's what they're saying. Megan Rasponi hits back with some tweets with the Golden State Warriors followed Draymond Green, what he is a part of the what he in part blamed women for making complaints rather than dispute. Look, I'll be honest with you. Draymond Green should have never said what he said about women's sports, because look, these women that do these sports bust their ass every single time to win a championship, just like the men does. So, like I said, who in the hell he thinks he is making those comments like that? So that's my opinion. I mean, look, I like Draymond Green so much with his intensity and stuff like that, but when he gets on Twitter, he puts his own foot in his own mouth. So, like I said, I don't feel a bit sorry for him. So that's just my opinion. So I say Megan Rasponi had it right, which he was saying. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. So that's some news from ESPN. Okay, 79-59. We'll have the second half once the game returns. Okay, New York Islanders make a splash. Trade deadline nears, acquiring Kyle Palmieri and Travis Zalkis. So that's so they acquired those two players from their respective teams. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. We'll have the second half for you in just a few moments. So 79, once again, 79-59. So we'll come back. We'll come back in a second. I gotta clear this. We don't have Facebook seeing that, and then I'll get in a lot of trouble. So, so let's go over some tweets for a few moments, and then we'll head back to game coverage. Pelicans versus Nets. 79-59 is the score. So let's go over a few tweets before we head back. Okay, Bird Wright talks about. Let's see. This is Ritual. Did I hit the wrong screen? Okay. Okay, Delgado completes a sweep over Nunez 12-2. So they won, took game 1 5-0, and also won 12-2. So Delgado wins their game. So once again, this is from Ken Trahan. Follow him at Crescent City Sports. He's also the sports director of 106.1 here in New Orleans. So we'll return to game coverage in just a few moments. We'll look at some tweets before we hit. Let's get back to game coverage. So we'll switch it back in. Game cast is back on the screen, so we'll get ready to do the second half.
Find a way to make the Nets feel them a little bit more, be more intense with executing the game plan. And hey, Fred Vincent agrees with you. Hats off to Eric Bledsoe. 17 points for him in that first half. His intensity is what's holding the Pelicans in this.
Yeah, Jen, and then take into consideration you're playing shorthanded against a team that's got, let's see, how many future Hall of Famers? Harden, Kyrie, LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin, Kevin Durant. This is a really deep team.
Yeah, it's just a buzzsaw right now. 79-59. Ball will go back to the Pels, so that's take it away. Lonzo Ball will inbound it. He'll pass it over to Bledsoe, over to back to Ball, back to Bledsoe.
Bledsoe working against Irving. And deep into the shot.
And that ball's going to be thrown away. So that right there, that was a bad pass by Bledsoe. Bledsoe needs to understand, you got to throw that ball, you got to pass that ball to those players. Don't throw it out of bounds. So 79-59 is the score. 11:23 remaining here in the So Kevin Durant knocks down a J, makes it 82-59. So it's just once again another. So James Johnson. So Zion will get the charge, so he will not get the basket. Still 82-59.
Look at how easy this ball comes right back to Kevin Durant. And he just steps right in rhythm.
And with his length, he's got about, 6'8", James Johnson, 6'7".
Yeah, but Bledsoe threw the ball away. That's something you don't do. I mean, that's causing your team to get turnovers pile up on you. So it is, once again, 82-59. I'll be honest with you right now. It's not a good game for this team. But the truth of the matter is, look, you got to play with some urgency in this game. You got to play with sense of urgency, because if you don't play with sense of urgency and try to get back in this game, you're not going to win this game in the long run. So 82-59 is the score. 11:04 remaining in the third. So be honest with you, that's just my opinion. So let's give you the box scores. Okay, box scores in the game right now. James Johnson has 7. Williamson has 12. Adams has 8. Ball has 9. And Bledsoe has 17. Herman Gomez has 4. And Hayes has 0. Isaiah Thomas is in. He has only 2. He's only playing 6 minutes. So he scores 82-59. So it's your score. So scores going on. Let's give you some more NBA scores. Okay, it is 128, 122, 336 remaining in the game between Indiana and Minnesota. Also, Washington leading 108. That game's going on in the fourth, so it's still fourth quarter. Also, Boston leading 62-59. That's in the third quarter. Also, Memphis still at halftime, 67-64. Memphis on top. So Memphis is on top on that one. Dallas and Houston. Dallas on top, down 47-42. So Dallas down 47-42 in that one. And the San Antonio-Denver game, 3-2, they just started in that game. So once again, 82-59 to score. So we're back to game coverage.
The question I would ask, though, did Zion finish this play, though?
Was Durant square all the way in front of him?
So my question is, why doesn't that count?
Right. He went through.
Right. Okay, so here's your foul.
Right.
That should be an M1.
Continuation.
It definitely should be an M1.
Because remember
Because Zion was going to the rim.
Right.
It was an N1.
Right. That should be an M1. because he finished the basket. Again, I told you that's the one call I don't understand anymore. I don't understand the continuation.
That's something that they should have gave him. They should have gave him that M1. So it's 82-59 is the score. So 82-59. Kel's trailing the game. So I'm gonna be honest with you. We have to have a sense of urgency and an easy basket for Brooklyn. So it's 84-59 to score. So 84-59 is your score here. Zion will try to pass it to Eric Bledsoe. Knocks down a three. So the lead's cut down 84-62. Which is score 84-62.
And Kyrie Irving are both leading this game in scoring at 20 apiece.
So the first 20-point game for Eric Bledsoe in about 8 weeks. Joe
Harris knocks down a shot. So it makes it 86-62. So Brooklyn, no, it's going to be a foul.
So Joe Harris is now, he's taken 8 shots. He's hit 5 of them. And only 3 have been beyond the arc. But this is a guy who's third in the league in 3-point percentage.
So the ball will continue, will be with the Pelicans. So it's Ball passing it over to Zion. Pass Johnson over to Zion again. So it's going to be 2 free throws for Zion. Alonzo Ball.
Can you see a team in the league right now, even with the Los Angeles Lakers adding Andre Drummond, or with the 2 and you can say 3 in Philly with Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons? Can you see a team beat this Brooklyn Nets team 4 out of 7 times?
No, and there's no guarantee. I think the West is going to be more competitive than a lot of people. The Lakers,
for sure.
You're right.
So it's
There's 5 or 6.
86-63. Alonzo Ball knocks down the first. He knocks down the second. Makes it 86-64. 86-64.
So that needs to be addressed.
And the free throws for the Pels is 70%, 80% for the Brooklyn Nets. And Brooklyn will pass it. And Zion will get the ball. Still 86-64. So it's going to be 2 free throws for Zion Williamson.
When they knew Oladipo wasn't staying,
So all the people.
It's a good job by Zion. You know, when you're struggling to find your rhythm, get to that line.
They have to get some free throws coming down. Zion will knock the first one down, makes it 86-65. He will have a second free throw coming up.
3 for 9 because they have definitely converged on hit the rim.
So 13 for Zion, 5 assists for him, and 4 boards. So 86-66.
8 of 14 in strike.
Nets lead.
20-point lead for Brooklyn.
So it's a 20-point lead.
It's tough to ask Kyrie Irving it's tough to ask Steve.
And that shot is good.
Can't do that.
So it's 88-66. 88-66.
Zion on the run. Right by Aldridge. Didn't get the roll, though. Picked up by Kevin Durant. He's got
So that's going to be going back over to the Pels on the turnover.
These 2 teams get together in another week, 10 days, with Brooklyn here at the Smoothie King Center.
Wow. And then you can do it like that.
Right, he's got a great handle.
Yeah, it's a good shot. Good shot right there. Kyrie Irving, good shot by him.
Under on the side of the ball.
So still 88-66. And that basket is good. Makes it 88-68. Pels cut the lead, but still big lead for Brooklyn Nets.
And the guy in the corner can shoot.
That shot is good. So it's a wide open three, makes it 91-68. So 91-68 is the score. Brooklyn leads. That is going to be Joe Harris. Knock it down to three. The ball will go back to Eric Bledsoe misses, and that ball will go back over to the Brooklyn Nets. Still leading. Durant will knock it down. So that's an emphatic shot right there. But Kevin Durant makes it 94-68. So James Johnson will try to pass it. And Zion will get the basket. Makes it 94-70. It's just an absolute blowout, to say the least.
It's definitely an and one, but that's a call because of his size, because of his strength that he never receives. For 95% of the league, that's a three-point opportunity.
Yeah, continuation. Somebody's under you and rush you.
It hits you on the way up. But because of his build, his size, he never gets the benefit of that.
And then consider the guy.
No, he's not going to get that benefit. They're not going to give you the benefits. He's going to have to work for it. And the three-point shot is no good by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's just throwing wild shots up tonight.
4 of 15 now on their triples after this.
That's piss poor. 4 out of 15 versus Brooklyn's three-point shooting. They're just definitely just knocking the shots down. Brooklyn, words can't describe it, so they're going to tip the ball off after a tie-in. Zion Williamson will try to get the basket, and nope, it's a missed opportunity for Zion. Ball goes back over to the Nets. Kevin Durant will pass him. That is going to be Irving getting the easy. So Aldridge gets the basket. So Durant gets the assist. So that was an excellent pass by KD. I'm gonna tell you, LaMarcus Aldridge. Look, I'm glad he got out of San Antonio, because look, he could go play with Irvin, Durant, and Harden. Now you got Joe Harris. That's another guy that can knock down a three. That's another X factor right there for the Brooklyn Nets. So 96-70 here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We are live tonight. Once again, if you want to come in, talk about tonight's game, if you're watching the game, please let us know where you're watching from so we can recognize you. So let's give you the stat numbers. Stat numbers are on the screen. 42% for the Pels, 62 for the Nets. Right now, they're 14 of 21 from three-point shots. Pelicans 14, not a good night shooting from three-point territory. They're going to have to get their shots going here in those quarters. Rebounding aspects even at 25. Pelicans still lead on offensive boards 11-4. They also trail 21-14, but their ball movement's not been great tonight. It's been absolutely just pathetic when it comes down to it. 14 assists. Now the points off of turnovers. Brooklyn's got 20 points off of those turnovers. They have 8 turnovers to the Pels and 9 for the Brooklyn Nets. Now the fast break points, Brooklyn leads 14-2, and also fast break points even at 32. So your score is 96-70 here on once again Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We are live tonight. Yeah. So let's see if we have. Looks like we don't have that many people in there, so that's fine with me. I know there's a lot of channels doing the same broadcast I'm doing, so it's probably so Pelicans. We will have that game on Friday, so we'll have it for you Friday, and also we'll be back on Sunday for Pelicans basketball as well.
What you do is you get back, in my opinion, the greatest scorer in NBA history, and he's picking up right where he left off. You would never know that he has not played an NBA game with this team since February. He's been fantastic again tonight, and this team, the Brooklyn Nets, has been fantastic with him.
He's missed a lot of shots tonight.
So that makes Brooklyn. That makes Durant and Urban make that team what it is. So 96-70, 96-70. So Eric Bledsoe will pass it to Alonzo Ball. That's going to be a shot clock violation.
See, what Brooklyn did is what I was asking the Pels to do coming out of the timeout. They were disruptive. But a lot of these offensive possessions all take place outside the three-point line. All of them. The dribbles, the passes, everything takes place outside of the three-point line.
Got to go in to get out.
So let's see if the that shot's going to be no good. This shot, ball will go back to
We'll get into those numbers in just a minute. It'll be Eric Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe once again misses.
Good work, Jackson Hayes.
Lonzo Ball for three, no good.
And off the heel,
So it's a miss three by Alonzo Ball and Eric Bledsoe. Still 96-70. See if they can excellent passing. And that basket is good. So that's going to be Joe Harris getting the basket, so it makes it 98-70, 98-70. No, that's Aldridge getting the basket. Aldridge getting the basket. Harris getting the assist. Still 98-72. Pelicans. Lonzo Ball knocks down the shot. 98-72.
Big guard Joe Harris finds Jeff Green.
So Jeff Green will knock down the three. It's 101-72.
You hear people talk about their chemistry. You don't have to worry about their chemistry.
Right now they're 15-23. They're just absolutely getting shots off. It's 65%. That is just scorching 65%. So it's 101-74.
So they're looking for each other. They're sharing the basketball. That's going to be a timeout for Steve Nash. So the Brooklyn Nets, it's pretty amazing what they've done without Kevin Durant. They haven't lost consecutive games without Durant, and that's in almost 2 months.
Yeah. But tonight he's back in. So 101-74. To be honest with you, he makes that team. He definitely makes that team better. Once they get Harden back, there's no stopping this Brooklyn Nets team from getting into the playoffs, because they're definitely going to get into the playoffs. So 101-74 is the score here on once again Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. A few second timeout, so we'll turn it back on.
Steven carving out space under the rim. Hits Jeff Green up with him. Excellent finish. Good strong finish at the rim by Steven. That's your energy power play.
8 points, 5 boards for Steven Adams so far. Well, you watched him in OKC for a number of years, doing their pre and post and on the floor. Russell Westbrook tonight, Wizards win. 23 points, 14 boards, 16 assists, and he only took 11 shots. He was 8 of 11 and he hit all 3 of his triples. That's pretty efficient.
His Russell Westbrook's motor doesn't stop.
Everybody should care. He's passionate.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Everybody should care as much. Whatever they do as Russell Westbrook.
So let's see if they can get a basket here.
Never saw that.
Shot is good. So 103-74.
103 on the board already.
It's already a blowout. It's already just a blowout. LaMarcus Aldridge knocking down a shot. West of Wundu. They throw the ball away, and the ball will go back to the Brooklyn Nets.
Points off mistakes. That's the 10th turnover. So Kyrie Irving, and he can afford to smile as Kevin Durant's going to be coming back into the game. Well, you won't see Kevin Durant, I don't believe, unless they want to get a little run in the fourth.
Right, just kind of get his
conditioning. Right. Going to the baseline.
That's going to be Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. Glad you called it.
And that's going to be
He didn't have to change colors. San Antonio.
So Kevin Durant will enter the game for Jeff Green. He's coming back. He's coming back. So Kevin Durant is in the game.
Man, in the second and third quarters, Brooklyn is 24 of 29 shooting and 10 of 12 on their triples.
So let's see if Weston Wundu will not make the basket. That is going to be no good. Ball will go back over to the Nets. Nets still leading 103-74.
Leaving it for Aldridge, who shares it. Brown's got it.
So that's a three-point shot. So Brown knocks down a three. And so it makes it 106-74, 106-74. So Bruce Brown knocks down a three. And that is a missed shot by the Pels. Defensive rebound by Aldridge.
No heat check. He's going to the rim on the reverse. Smart play. That was pretty.
So nice little reverse. So he gets the basket. So it makes it 108-74, 108-74.
34-point game.
So it's a 34-point blowout here.
Fortunately, the Pels
108-74.
They're going to start winning on the road. There's more road games left at home.
They got to win on the road. They definitely have to win on the road. I mean, sure, they're not going to win this game tonight because Brooklyn's got their most of their stars back, Irvin and Durant. But they have to win the next couple of games on the road.
Yeah, that's early to say that.
So that's one thing they have to do. They have to learn to win these games on the road. And the three is no good. That's a missed shot. Ball will go back over to Brown. Shot will go over to
it's going to be a trip.
Pels will get the ball.
Things well to carry over. Pels will go to the free throw line.
So Pels will go to the line for that's going to be Bledsoe going to the line.
Minutes of basketball left to play. You want to carry some sort of momentum over to Friday's game.
Yeah, this is big for Eric Bledsoe, by the way. He's got
so free throws coming up for Bledsoe. First one is up and it is good. Makes it 109, 108-75.
He's got 15 shots.
108-75.
And the thing is, he has
so 108-75 score. Second free throw coming up.
4 of those triples are in this quarter. So at halftime, he was 1 of 2 from the 3-point line.
There's some of the injured ones over there for the Pels. Unfortunately, you saw Nikhil, Kyra. Those guys, hopefully. Well, Nikhil maybe not.
Second free throw is going to be good, so it makes it 108-76.
Eric Bledsoe for 24, and he's perfect. 6 of 6 at the free throw line.
So 108-76.
Blake Griffin wants it.
So pass it. So Blake Griffin will have to pass. He'll pass it over.
On the drive and kick.
Kevin Durant never
so it's going to be a 3. So it makes it 111-76.
Came back for a triple hand.
So that's going to be 111-76.
That's when you don't worry about your defense.
So that's going to be Calvert. That's going to be Calvert going for the basket. So it's a 3-point basket. Brooklyn.
So did Kyrie, but it's still going.
And that's not going to be it'll be picked up by the Pels. Still 111-78.
Eric's got it, and he's going to the line.
So it's going to be a free throw opportunity for Eric Bledsoe.
The team, and when I bring up they can outscore people, they are second in the league in scoring. When they hold teams to under 115 points, AD, they're 22-2.
I don't know what that whistle meant, but I'm sure Eric Bledsoe just got a tech. Usually when a ref doubles up the whistle like that, it's usually a technical foul. Because I can hear what he just told the referee right there, if you can read lips. He's been ejected. Yeah.
And playing at a pretty high level for the Pels.
Right. But that kind of speaks to the night, though.
So Eric Bledsoe, like I said, he's got to calm down.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the.
You don't want to get kicked out. I mean, he don't want to get kicked out. Look, that's something he's got to understand. Look, sure, we're getting absolutely fucking blown out, but you got to control your temper in this game because it's going to make matters worse. 112-78, Kyrie Irving will knock down the technical foul free throw.
Frustration. And then when he stood up.
Second free throw is good, so both technical foul free throws are converted. 113-78.
Up is the key word.
Right, in different terms, though.
So
it's going to be Pelicans going to the line this time, so 113.
And he's choosing Steven Adams. So Sean Marks, a lot of people wondered, and Sean Marks runs the basketball operations for Brooklyn. Everybody wondered about Sean Marks.
That free throw is going to be no good. So still 113-78.
Right, articulate guy. His game was cerebral. It'll be taken away by Najee.
So Najee Marshall will try to go to, and it's going to be a blocked shot.
Now this team is up 36 points, whatever it is, 35 points, and he is running back.
This is an absolute blowout. Look, I mean, Pelicans, like I said, they're trying to get back into this game. But the truth of the matter is they cannot outscore this team. That's highly impossible. So free throw's coming up, and that free throw was good. Makes it 113-79. I mean, once again, then Eric Bledsoe gets kicked out of the game, going to the locker room. I mean, it's a total frustration tonight for this team. But like I said, you got to control your emotions. I mean, we're getting blown out. I mean, words can't describe it. I mean, we got to try to get back in this game. So still 113-70, 113-80 to score. 113-80 is the score.
Persevere and get better. It's the Knicks, not the Nets.
Right.
And the Knicks, let's face it, they've had maybe one or two good years of the last 20. Now, Tom Thibodeau's got to play D this year as Blake Griffin.
So Blake Griffin will not knock down the shot,
6'11",
but the putback by Kevin Durant makes it 115-80. So 115-80.
The first championship game, 69-70.
Isaiah Thomas knocks it down. Makes it 115-82. 115-82 is the score.
You missed a significant amount of time. How that first game back, how you feel really good. Remember, Lonzo missed 3 weeks, came back and knocked down 8 3-point
I knew
shots.
about it.
Kevin Durant's been out now for 3 months. He comes back and he's shooting the ball well. It's not usually the first game. It's usually the second game where everything else starts to kick back in. Because you look at Kevin Durant tonight and what he's doing. He's 5 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the 3-point line, 5 of 5 from the free throw line with 17 points in 18 minutes. Has not missed a shot after 3 months off.
Yeah, he had 3 months off. I mean, look, he hasn't missed a beat.
It'll be Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving misses, and offensive rebound by Kyrie Irving, no good. So at the end of 3, the score is 115-82. 115-82 is your score.
So they got away in the third like it did in Atlanta last night. Brooklyn in control, 115-82 through 3.
So 115-82 here in the final third quarter. So once again, Pelicans are just getting absolutely destroyed. It's just words can't describe how this game's going. I mean, look, they look like they're getting discombobulated, trying to knock down 3-point shots, and they're getting air balls. So they have to calm it down and try to fight back in this game. That's what they have to do if they're going to win this game. They have to get some stops, which they haven't been getting stops tonight. So that's just how I feel about it. Let's give you the third quarter stats and see if I can get my third quarter stats up for you. I'm going to go ahead and pull those third quarter stats and see if I can give you those third quarter stats and see if I got them. Looks like I don't have them right here. It's like I don't have them, so it looks like. So I'm trying to pull up some third quarter stats. Nope, we don't have them. So we don't have the third quarter stats, so we have to do what we have to do. So I'm gonna go over the stats while we wait. Okay, Pelicans shooting 42%. Brooklyn shooting 60. 3-point shooting. Brooklyn's at 17 of 29. That's also Pelicans only 22% tonight. Not a good night. Rebounding aspects, Pelicans trail 32-30. Pelicans only leading offensive boards 13-6. And Pelicans trail in defensive boards 26-17. Now the points off of the turnovers has been 20-10 tonight in favor of the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets been getting 20 off of those Pelicans turnovers. It was 10 turnovers, 20 points came off of them. Fast break points 14-4 in favor of Brooklyn, and the points in the paint is 38-34 in favor of the Brooklyn Nets. So we'll have the fourth quarter in just a few moments. 1:15:82 here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So I don't know if we have third quarter stats. We'll check later, and we'll see. We'll get them once we get them. So 1:15:82.
It's tough to make that up. And when you look at the 39 bench points, hey, you got Kevin Durant coming off your bench. You know, and everyone that has played well for them tonight.
So let's see who's going to be out there for the fourth and final 12 minutes of regulation for the Pels. Najee Marshall, along with Wes Iwundu.
So Wes Iwundu comes in. Najee Marshall also in the game. So 1:15:82 is the score.
Billy Hernan Gomez.
They'll pass it.
And James Johnson.
That's going to be James Johnson.
So fortunately, the Pels got the first one.
That's going to go over to Isaiah Thomas, passing it over to and that ball's taken away. And a dunk right there. So pretty good dunk. So it makes it 117-82. So Bruce Brown gets his dunk. So that was a one-handed dunk. So 117-82. Ball goes back to the Nets.
They're not going to waste this opportunity either. When you're playing
They'll
behind,
see if they can try to
you mentioned all the All-Stars.
get the shot.
Not going to get that much rep.
That shot is going to be no good. Right corner shot.
Gets clipped on his way down.
And for me, I would like to see Isaiah Thomas find his rhythm here. You know, everybody else on the floor right now has had significant minutes at one point or another throughout the course of this season.
I would love to see Isaiah Thomas getting his rhythm like he had the other night, only 10 points. So I would like to see that, but still got a long way to go. Shot is no good. This ball goes back over to the Nets. And the three is good. So it's 120-82. So that's going to be and then Wes Iwundu gets the basket, makes
Put your head down and get to that rim. Make something happen.
120-84. So 3-point play coming up.
It's a good move by Wes. Get that lane, create a little contact, good strong finish.
So West's second round pick of the Magic. After 4 years playing in the Little Apple, not big.
So free throw is coming up, and that free throw is good. So it makes it 120-85. So that's West Wundu knock it down. A free throw, 120-85. So missed shot. Brooklyn will get the offensive rebound. And that ball will stay with Brooklyn.
Belongs to the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, a 35-point lead. Jackson Hayes, good. Right. Right. Get some of the younger guys out there. And Jackson's got 4 straight games where he's been in double figures. Billy Hernan Gomez clears it away.
So it's once again miss Jackson Hayes with the basket. 120-87. So Isaiah Thomas gets the assist. 120-87. 3-point shot by Brooklyn is no good.
So, and you and I did the podcast with Daniel Sellerson.
So the ball goes on top of the basketball goal.
The progress that young man is making. That's big.
So they got to get a net of basketball so they get the ball down.
1 year of college experience, and he's a late bloomer as far as overall basketball experience is concerned.
And he's grown into his body. You know, the medical, the training staff, sports medicine, they're working with him. Strength and conditioning.
So the ball goes back. So the ball's down. Ball will Pelicans will have the ball. 120-87.
Keep Johnson on. Get him down to the box.
Jackson Hayes will pass it.
But it's tapped away by Brown. Still 13 shot clock. A busy night in the association, and I mentioned Russell Westbrook. By the way, Russell's only 15 triple doubles away for the Big O now.
So he should get his triple double soon. Russell Westbrook. Score is still 120-87. Isaiah Thomas for 3. That's a mid-range shot, no good. Ball goes back to the Nets. So blocked by Gomez. The ball goes back to the Pels. So it's a bad read by the Pels, and Brooklyn gets the ball back. And a 3-point shot is off the mark. It's good.
Grizzlies, by the way, smoking Atlanta. In Atlanta right now. Final minute of the third. Memphis 110. And the Hawks.
So scoreboard update. Boston leading 87-85. Memphis leading 110-87. Houston leading 75-66. Also Charlotte leading 85-77. That game is in the fourth quarter. Gets Oklahoma City. And also it is Denver and San Antonio tied up at 38. That's in the second quarter. So that's the scoreboard update. So we'll give you the other scores once 122-89. So it's Johnson getting a basket for the Nets. So it's going to be the Suns. So 122-89. And that shot is good. Makes it 124-89. It's just an absolute. Once again, Alice Johnson gets the basket again. So it makes it 124-89. Nice little 3-point shot by Jackson Hayes. Makes it 124-92. And it is. That's going to be basket. It's going to be interference.
Jackson Hayes. This is his second triple over the last 3 games.
He's different into it in rhythm.
That's a jump shot. That's a jump shot.
Right.
It's not a set shot.
He has a nice touch.
Impressive. So 4 straight games in double figures.
So once again, it's still 124-92.
Just 17 minutes.
Under 8 minutes remaining, 7 minutes and 24 seconds. It's going to be a foul. So it's going to be a bonus for the Pels.
could always face up and hit that 15, 16
Yeah,
footer.
buddy.
And we can go down, whether it's Kurt Thomas, I can go down a list of guys.
Yes.
The former Horned
Yes.
Frog from TCU, Kurt
Yes.
Thomas. They have high post guys who could hit 15, 16 footers. Jackson's going to
David
not only hit
Robinson.
that. David was great.
David Robinson was a heck of a face-up shooter.
Right.
Heck, Karl Malone.
Well,
Yep, the mailman, Carl Malone.
So David's not in the Hall of Fame either?
no, but David was.
And that ball goes back to the
Well, you're going 4 or 5. David was.
and that basket is good.
Oh my God.
David could run.
So it makes it 126-92. So full timeout by the Pels.
7:07 to play.
7:07 remaining in the game. 126-92. I'm gonna tell you. Look, Brooklyn. Like I said, these guys. Look, these guys are on another level tonight. Look, that's just something. Pelicans right now are just totally discombobulated and not playing with sense of urgency tonight. They're not playing with sense of urgency. I mean, they're playing hard, but not playing with sense of urgency tonight. 126-92 is your score. So here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So let's give you a box score update. Okay, box score update. Brooklyn players. Aldridge with 22. Urban with 24. Harris with 14. Green with 14. Durant coming off the bench with 17. And Blake Griffin with 10 points. He's 4 of 6 shooting in the game tonight. So that's in the ball game. So that's in the box scores. Shooting wise, Pelicans shooting 43. Brooklyn 57%. So Brooklyn's at 57. They're shooting 18 of 34. So that's good for 52%. And free throws, Brooklyn's 18 of 22, 81%. So they're getting their shots off from the line as well. Rebounding aspects, Brooklyn leads 38-33. Pelicans lead 13-8 on offensive boards. Brooklyn leads 30-20 on the defensive boards. Now the turnovers, 13 apiece, both teams. 24 points came off of those turnovers. That was Brooklyn's. 10 points for Pels. Fast break points, Brooklyn leads 16-6. And also in the paint, they lead 46-40. So 46-40. So your score is 126-92. It's your score. So let's give you an update on some NBA games before we get back to game coverage. 93-90. Boston on top. 102 remaining in that game. So it is Memphis on top. 110-91. So that's they are definitely blowing them out. Also, Dallas down 80-73. That's in the game. Also, that's in the fourth. Also, Oklahoma City down 92-77. That game still that's in the fourth quarter. Also, Denver on top 42-39. That game's going on as we speak. So once again, 126-92. Brooklyn leads.
34 for the 3.9.
Once again, after tonight's game, post-game show coverage, we will have Stan Van Gundy's comments on tonight's game. So we will be. So right now, the shooting right now has been very abysmal for the Pelicans tonight. Just 23%. That's something that's never been heard of, but it is what it is. And the shot is good, 128-92. Brooklyn leads. Still 6:40 remaining.
You better play incredibly hard. Incredibly hard. Because these are the things where you get highlighted. You know, the next day when you're looking at film, if you don't.
And that shot is going to be no good. So once again, those shots have been just dismal for the Pelicans tonight. 128-92. So missed shot by Reggie Perry. Ball goes back to the Brooklyn Pelicans. Isaiah Thomas for 3, no good, off the mark. Still 128.92. Even Isaiah Thomas is not a factor tonight.
Dad played college ball at Mississippi State. Reggie played there. 21-year-old from Thomasville, Georgia.
So Brooklyn's at 58%, Pelicans 42, and the ball will go back to the Isaiah will get the easy basket, makes it 128.94. So 128.94.
Make the most of your minutes.
You got to.
The 128.94 to score.
And let's see how they handle the zone.
Let's see if they can try to get the
See what Durant's in there.
see how they can handle an offensive zone offense to see if they can.
Johnson fell down.
And that ball will go back to the
An easy call on the foul.
It's gonna be an easy call. That's gonna be a foul coming in.
So Brooklyn's
Let's see what that foul, who that foul going.
16. I mentioned Philadelphia with a big win over Boston in Boston. So they're right now 35. So they will be reviewed for possible clear path.
That's gonna be a review coming in. Still 128.94, 128.94.
Sixers off again tomorrow.
Do you remember last year when the Lakers got to the point where they were rolling, and it was a sense of magic that was around that team? That's a tough one.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, that right there is
guys are playing for each other.
that's let's see what they review. Let's see what the review is gonna come up with.
That's how this Brooklyn Nets team appears right now. Like they know that they're in the championship fast lane, and there's not a person on that bench right now that you can tell that they are not winning the NBA title.
Well, let me ask you this as we get ready, because there's only 21 games after this left for the Pels. We get ready for the postseason. Last year, we'll never see anything like it, a bubble. So what's the difference? Now these guys are getting on play. You see,
The ruling on the play is a clear path foul. We have 2 shots and possession.
So clear pair foul
I don't think
on the 2 possessions.
Right. See, I think there's a lot at stake, and especially over in the Western Conference, where the top 6 are bunched
So free
together.
throws coming up for the Pels.
Are bunched together.
So 128.94. First free throw is going to be up, and it's going to be good. Makes it 128.95.
I think home court's going to be huge again.
Second free throw coming up, and it is good. Makes it 128.96. So 5:19 remaining in the game. And that ball will go back to the Pels, so they will have the ball here with 5:19 remaining.
Now let's see if the Pels can get their act together over the last 21. Yes.
And
Play when you
nope.
never touch the rim.
And that ball goes back to
Giosa with Perry.
it's gonna be an easy basket, so it makes it 130.96. Jackson Hayes, block shot.
Jackson 7 points now. He is 3 of 3 from the field.
So it's a goaltending call, block, but it's also a goaltending call against Brooklyn. So the ball will go back to the Nets after the goaltending. So it's 130 to 98. So after that goaltending call, they'll pass it. That's going to be a kickball violation.
They beat the Wolves at home tonight. Anthony Edwards, by the way, is starting to round into a play.
Things kind of changed when LaMelo Ball went down.
Man.
So let's see if they can.
Maybe I do have a chance to win this rookie of the
Let's see
year.
if they'll knock down 3,
It's incredible.
and they'll pass it.
Threes too.
And the basket is good. So 132.98. Nets lead. So that's going to be Johnson on the basket.
As bad as it's been at times.
Assist by Brown.
An old friend in Scott Brooks. Wayne, nice footwork.
So a nice little shot. So that's going to be Wendell Gabriel getting the basket. 132-100. 132-100.
So 32-point lead.
Still a 32-point game. Nope, missed shot. Goes back to Brooklyn.
Is now 1 for 8, and all 8 have been triple.
And he's generally not a bad shooter.
No, corner three especially is pretty good.
It's excellent footwork.
Is at about 34% of the season for Raul Cabaret. Out of bounds.
So Cabaret ball will be out of bounds. Goes back to the Pels.
And it's a drastic difference.
Still losing. Still trailing 132-100. 32-point game. See if they can cut the lead down. So try to get something, and it's going to be a foul. That's going to be so it looks like Marshall looks like he's going to get free throws. So it's a shooting foul on Brown. So if you get him back, I'm going to tell you, they're going to be extra lethal. Brooklyn, they're going to be extra lethal.
Turned the age of 21.
So,
but here he is. He's matched Shaq. He's 4 of 12.
And that free throw is going to be good, so it makes it 132-101, 132-101.
16 tonight. A frustrating 6 times though.
And the ball will go back to the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn will try to get a shot. That's going to be a 3. And that 3 is no good. And defensive rebound by the Pels. Still, shot is no good by the Pels. It's too strong there. 3-point shot is no good, and the ball will go out of bounds.
He'll never get the credit he deserves. When you play with talent, even though playing with talent is hard, it's tough to coach. He'll never get the credit he deserves because of who he's coaching.
Okay, 2:52 remaining. The score is still 132-101. I'll be honest with you. Look, tonight we have to forget about this game. I mean, we're not going to win this game tonight. We're definitely not going to win this game tonight because look, the Brooklyn Nets outplayed this team big time. I mean, period. End of story. No, it's no disputing it. So 132-101 is your score here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We'll have post-game coverage immediately following tonight's game. So let's give you the stat numbers. Okay, Brooklyn shooting 52, Pelicans shooting 42. 3-point shooting tonight was absolutely just piss poor tonight. 20%. Pelicans, Nets at 47, so 47 for them. Rebounding aspects, 42-36 in favor of the Brooklyn Nets. 14-9 on offensive boards in favor of the Pelicans, and 33-22 in favor of the Brooklyn Nets on the defensive boards. Now, the ball movement, 35-22 in favor of Brooklyn. So they've been absolutely moving the ball tonight. 15 turnovers for Brooklyn and 14 for the Pelicans. 26 off of those points off for turnovers. So 26 points off for turnovers goes over to, I think it's going to be Brooklyn. Points in the paint is 52-44 in favor of Brooklyn, and they lead 22-8 in fast break points. So that is in the game tonight. The score is 132-101, 132-101. Here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, we are live. So thanks for joining us. We'll be back on live on Friday. Pelicans take on the Philadelphia 76ers. That'll be on Friday night. We'll have the game. And then Sunday, we'll have another game for you here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So we'll have the game Friday, 6:30. We'll have it for you. So we will have it for you on Friday.
Pelicans. By SeatGeek, let there be live. And by your local Toyota dealers. Pels losing 2 out of 3 on the trip.
So right now they're currently in 11th place right now. Games back in first at 16 games behind.
Now here's what's going to be interesting. There's basically, it looks like it's going to be the Warriors, the Pels, and the Kings for the final in the playoffs.
So it's going to be, like I said, the Pelicans can win the next 21 games. That would be good. So 134, 134, 101. But it's going to be definitely difficult.
Pels goes out the season series with Sacramento. That's coming up next week.
That's a huge game.
Big game. They split the first 2 with the Kings.
And the shot is going to be no good.
Kings were on a roll. Wendy and Gabriel will go to the free throw line. Good work.
So Wendy Gabriel will go to the line.
Then they're a streaky team. They won 5 straight. Now they're on a losing streak.
And I think the bigger thing for us right now, that obviously that I want to see, and I think it's the most important thing in NBA basketball in general, is health. You know, you want to get everybody back.
So free throws up and good. 132, 134, 102.
You know, it's tough to do.
So Gabriel knocks down the
without that guy.
first one. Second free throw by Wendy Gabriel is no good.
You know, Kyra Lewis
And
is
the
out right
putback is good by Jackson Hayes. Makes it 134, 104. 134, 104. 2 minutes and about 15 seconds remaining. Let's see if they can try to hit the ball. The ball goes back to the Jackson Hayes will throw it down. Makes it 134, 106. Brooklyn leads 134, 106. 3-point shot is no good. But the putback is good. Makes it 136, 106. Nope.
So that's 5 straight games for Jackson Hayes in double figures.
So the ball will go back to the Pels. Still 30-point game. So it's going to be Chiozzi. So it's going to be a foul on Chiozzi.
Jackson, this is one of the best parts of his game. We talk about his touch all the time, but he, you know, you talked about David Robinson's ability to get up and down the floor. Jackson can run that floor.
So free throws coming up for
He's your prototypical new age rim
Pels. And that free throws up and good. That's Isaiah Thomas. Makes it 136, 107.
On a consistent basis, he's going to be a real problem.
Yeah, a lot to like.
Second free throw by Isaiah Thomas is good. So 136, 108, 136, 108. Minute and 17 seconds remaining. Let's see if they can try to looks like Brooklyn can just inbound the ball out. Because they have this game won. So
make it 1 for 12, and all 12 have been free on the arc. You won't bring it away.
No, you will not.
So the ball will go back to Pels. See if the Pels can get something going here.
20-point game, 79-59 at the half. It got away. That's a flat shot by.
And it's a missed shot.
But that's only a second miss. He's 5 of 7.
So Brooklyn still about 35 seconds remaining. Can
He's due.
and a 3.
Where else you gonna go?
139, 108.
And Isaiah back at it.
So Isaiah knocks it down.
Isaiah Thomas. That's his first triple. He's now 4 for 12 for the game and do double figures with 11.
So 139, 111.
So it's over in Brooklyn.
So it is over. So they're gonna inbound the ball. So they end the ball in the ball game. So final score 139-111 is the final score. Pelicans lose tonight. I'll be honest with you. This is going to be a very rough road series with the Pelicans because I'll be honest with you, they're going to have to start getting some wins on the road. So final score 139-111 is your final. Once again, post-game show here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We will have the Stan Van Gundy press conference once they come up to the so 139-111 was your final score tonight. We'll go ahead and give you the final box scores and stats. So yeah, absolutely. This was an extremely this was an extreme blowout right here. I never seen something like this. Getting blown out in this game. So that's why I say it's just it hurts. But the truth of the matter is, Jason's blog, they're gonna have to win on the road. They have Philadelphia on Friday night, and that's going to be another tough game. And then they're also going to have Sacramento. That's another game they're going to have to win, because they're going to be fighting Golden State to the end to get the 10th final seed for the play-in game. So that's probably will hopefully will happen, but I don't see it happening in the near future. So that's probably reality. So final score 139-111. Let's see if we got the fourth quarter box score in. I'm gonna get those fourth quarter box in. Give me a second to get those in, and we'll switch that over. So I'm gonna switch it, and I'm gonna see if we got a box score. I think we do got the box scores from the third and fourth quarter. So I'm gonna go through the third quarter box score. So we didn't go through the third quarter box score. They didn't have it in. Okay, Pelicans shot 38%. Brooklyn shot 70%. That was in the third quarter. 3-point shooting, Brooklyn was absolutely just knocking down shots. That was 54.5%. Turnovers was 7-4 in favor of Brooklyn, but the points off of turnovers was 6-3. Favored the Pelicans on those points off of turnovers. That was in the third quarter. So Pelicans went 1 for 6 in the third quarter. So once again, you cannot exactly go 1 for 6 and expect to win the basketball game. That's not going to happen. So we will go through the fourth quarter box score as well. So let's see if we got fourth quarter boxes as well. I'm going to give you those fourth quarter boxes. So let me give you those final box scores. I'm going to see if I got them. I don't think we have them yet. We'll wait a few minutes, and I'll we just gave you the third quarter box score from a few minutes ago. So we'll see if we have the fourth quarter box scores. I'm going to go ahead and give you those four final box and fourth quarter box score. And the final box is on the screen, so we're going to go through the final box score. I'm going to extend it a little bit so you can see the box score. Okay, Pelicans shot 42.7% to end the game. Brooklyn shot 55.4% to end the game as well. Pelicans tonight, 6 of 27 for about 22%. You cannot win a game shooting only 22% from three-point range. That is just not going to happen. Brooklyn has 17 points off of turnovers. Pelicans had 26 points. That was 15. So points off of turnovers was 26-18 in favor of the Pelicans in the game tonight. So that was in the final box score. Also, points in the paint, Pelicans trail 56-48. Second chance points, Pelicans led 17-15, and also Brooklyn led 22-12 on the fast break. So the fast break, they got 22 out of those. Leading scorers tonight, let's give you those leading scorers. Bledsoe with 26. Zion with 16, so he kind of was a little down with his numbers, 16 points. James Johnson had 7. Alonzo Ball had 15 points. He did shoot 6 of 11, but he was 1 of 6 tonight. So 1 of 6 from 3-point range. Also, Jackson Hayes had 11 points tonight. He did shoot 1 of 1 and 5 of 7. Najee Marshall had 5. Willie Herman Gomez had 6. West of Windu had 3. Isaiah Thomas had 11, so he went 4 of 12 tonight. And Wyndon Gabriel had 3 tonight. For the Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie Irving came back 24 points. Joe Harris 14. Aldridge 14 points. 22 for Aldridge. Joe Harris 14. Green with 11. Kevin Durant, let's give you Kevin Durant's numbers. He had 17 points. Also, Blake Griffin with 10. So that was in the game tonight. So Blake Griffin with 10 points. So that was in tonight's basketball game. Final score, 139-111. It's your final score. So we'll give you the 4-quarter box score. So I'm going to go over to the 4-quarter box score. 4-quarter box score is on your screen. Pelicans shot 43%. That is 10 of 23. They went 2 of 9 for 22%. That was in the but Brooklyn on 3-point shots also went 16%, 2 of 12. But they did shot 42% in the game from the field. The turnovers was 5-4 in favor of the Brooklyn Nets. 8 points came off of those points off of turnovers, and 6 came off of 4 Pelicans turnovers. Now, points in the paint, Pelicans trailed 18-14. They also trailed 4-3 on second chance, and also tied it up at 8 on the fast break points. So fast break points was tied up at 8. So in the game, final score, 139-111 is your final score. So we just went over the box scores for tonight. So that was in tonight's game. So we'll have Stan Van Gundy's press conference in just a few moments. We're waiting for Stan Van Gundy to come up. So he should be up in a few minutes. We'll have him in a few moments. So we'll go to the Stan Van Gundy. We'll go to the Pelicans post-game show. We'll have it up in just a few moments, waiting for Stan Van Gundy to begin. He should be up in a few moments. So if you have any comments about tonight's game, please post them through Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We'll appreciate your comments. Anytime, like Jason Blog, appreciate you coming in, giving your take on tonight's game. So, look, like I said, these next couple of games, Philadelphia, Sacramento, and then they're going to have Brooklyn back in the Smoothie King Center after the road games. So they're going to be on the road for a few weeks, and they're going to come back and try to get some wins at home. But here's my take on it. We have to win on the road. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it, because you're going to have those tough games. If you can get Zion Williamson back, you can get Kyrie Lewis back, and also Nickel Walker. We can be better for it. But right now we have to work with what we have in the game. So final score 139-111. Pelicans lose tonight. We'll have Stan Van Gundy in just a few moments. Let's see if we have him. Let me check and see the screens. I'm looking. I'm looking, so it looks like he's not up yet, so we'll wait. So let's go ahead and give you an NBA scoreboard update, and we'll do that while we wait for Stan Van Gundy. So he should be up in just a few moments. So I'm going to give you a full scoreboard update. So I'm going to pull to the full scoreboard. So I'm going right to the full scoreboard. So full scoreboard screen. Full scoreboard tonight. Final scores tonight. Rockets lead 101-93, 22 seconds remaining in that one. At halftime, Nuggets lead 54-50. Suns lead 13-2. That's in the first quarter. Pacers win 141-137. High scoring game there. Also, Russell Westbrook. Let's see what he had tonight. Let's go ahead and give you his 131 to 116. He had 23 points tonight. He also had 8 of 11 shooting. He did have 14 rebounds, 13 on defense, and 1 on offense. So Russell Westbrook was one of the leading scorers tonight for the Washington Wizards. So that in the game tonight. So 131-116 was your final in that game. Also, Boston wins 101-99. Jaylen Brown had 32 points, 10 boards, and 3 assists. Also, Grizzlies win 131-113. Grayson Allen, 30 points, 4 boards, 3 assists. Bogdanovich, 24.6 boards and 3 assists. Also, Charlotte wins tonight 113-102. Jaden McDaniels, 21 points, 6 boards, and 3 assists for the Charlotte Hornets. So that's in tonight's ball game. So final score for the Pelicans, 139-111. We will have Stan Van Gundy. Let's see if we have Stan Van Gundy yet. We don't have him yet, so we'll switch it over once he comes up. So that is your scores for the NBA for Wednesday night scores. So let's see if we can get Stan Van Gundy up. I'll pull it in just a second. So I'm about to pull it. I'm about to pull it in for the Pelicans YouTube channel. So we will have it up in a second, giving you those the latest on tonight's game. So let's give you conference standings. I'm going to give you those conference standings while we wait. If Stan Van Gundy comes up, we will switch over and we'll go over to Stan Van Gundy. Let's give you those Eastern Conference standings. Brooklyn, once again, tied with Philadelphia, 36-16. Philadelphia at 35 wins and 16 losses. Also, Milwaukee at 32-18. They're in the 3rd seed. Charlotte in the 4th seed at 26-24. Atlanta will be the 5th seed if the playoffs begin today. Miami would be the 6th seed. Boston would be the 7th seed. New York Knicks would be the 8th seed. Now here's your that would be the 7 versus 10. So it's going to be Indiana. So it's 7 versus 10. Indiana and Chicago. And then you got Toronto in the race for the 7th and final seed for the play-in game. So that's probably going to happen in the Eastern Conference. So that's most likely going to happen. So Stan Van Gundy. So let's go over to Stan Van Gundy. So let's switch it over to Stan Van Gundy. So he's on now. So I'm going to switch it in.
Fight defensively, and you do the right thing. In fairness, though, to all those guys, it's really tough to judge those guys when they all have to play together, right? Inexperienced guys all together. The fairer thing is you take one of them and you put them out there with your better players. Now you have an idea of where they fit. They're all out of their role. With that said, we did not, and I take my hit on this too. We didn't have them ready tonight defensively at all, and we just did not make a stand at all in that game. Offensively, we played well in the first quarter, and then after that, it was, it was just all over. I mean, we just didn't fight, and we all, me included, coaches, players, have to take responsibility for that, and it's inexcusable. We can come up with some reasons, but it's still inexcusable.
To that, I guess I was saying, like James Johnson said the other night, like, I mean, obviously he's been in the league for 12 years now, but the calls are different, things are different. He's having to learn like on the fly. I guess that was the kind of thing.
Yeah, that's fair, Andrew. That's fair for the players, but I'm guarding the ball one-on-one. I either keep it in front of me or I don't. I don't have a call for that. Running back in transition, I don't have a call. That's not a scheme. We get back. We don't do that. So, to a degree, yes, some of those things are mistakes. But the number of points we gave up tonight, no. You can't attribute enough of that to trying to learn stuff on the fly. You can't. We just have to take responsibility for the way we played tonight. We have to move on, and we've got to get ourselves ready to play on Friday night. Period. That's it.
So Justin Gomes, Christian familiar with the New York Daily News as a whole as well. Just one question for you. You kind of stop or explain how Kevin checking in the second quarter changed the game for you guys?
Well, we weren't stopping him before, and obviously they became harder to stop with him, but it wasn't like we were shutting him down and he came in and got him going. He just added to what was going on, and he's a great player. Great player.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. Appreciate that.
Okay, once again, final score 139-111. He said, look, it was inexcusable what they did tonight. It was absolutely inexcusable what they did in this game tonight, giving up 3-point shots. I mean, look, they got to play better. I mean, this right here it's another reason why we can't win these games, because they continue to go down the wrong path in these games and not play up to their level. I mean, tonight they was not playing with some sense of urgency. So that's just my opinion. So final score 139-111 is your final score. Pelicans lose tonight to the Brooklyn Nets. So once again, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll be back on Friday. Pelicans versus 76ers here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So once again, have a good rest of your Wednesday evening.